everyone, it's Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a card using some of the distress inks, do a little bit of a watercolor look as well as a little bit of die cutting. I wanted to make a card using these little mini cubes, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm starting out with this background stamp from Someone Says Stamp, and I've chosen 4 of the mini cube distress inks in Picked Raspberry, Salty Ocean, Peacock Feathers, and the green color I can't think of off the top of my head. Mowed Lawn. There you go. So I'm just going to go ahead and ink up my background with these ink colors on each of the thick stripes here. What's so great about these little mini ink cubes like this, and the same with the Memento, is that you can, with this background, you can use individual colors like this, and it won't really get in the way of the other colors. So I am going ahead and inking up my background here with each of these colors, getting a really good coverage on each of the stripes. So once I'm done inking, I'm going to go ahead and take my mister here, my mister bottle here, and I'm going to spritz that down with some water. And I'm just moving my watercolor paper out of the way. By the way, I'm using the Tim Holtz watercolor paper for that, if I didn't mention that before. So I have watered this down to make the ink pull up. And now I'm just laying down my watercolor piece or watercolor paper. And I'm just kind of smushing that on there. It's not going to be, normally when you do this, you'd like to usually meld the colors together, but that's not the look I'm going for on this card. So I'm taking my little, just lost me, something easier to pick up my paper with. So I gone ahead and I watered that down, and you could see there, then whenever I used my mister bottle, that it went a little bit too much than I wanted to, but I knew that I was going to be die cutting, so it didn't really matter to me. But I'm using this largest circle stitch die from Someone Says Stamp. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice. I don't know why, but anyway, carry on. So I am die cutting my largest circle there, and I like the double stitching on the inside and the outside. It's really unique. So, but I'm just, of course, using the, I'm not using the inner die cut piece. And I'm also using this big U die cut or die from Someone Says Stamp. I remembered I was going through some older videos of mine, and I saw this card that I made with this die, and it prompted me to make this card using this die. So because I really do like it. I like the size of it. It's one of my favorites, but I forget that I have it. So so now I'm going to be cutting down a piece of just white cardstock to go behind my negative piece of my circle there, so I can do a little bit more of my stamping. My sentiment is going to be stamped on this white piece. So I'm just kind of making sure it's the right size. So I'm going to take my Tombo Mono multi-glue here, and I'm going to put down some glue on the back side. It's really great for stuff like this to use liquid adhesive, because especially if you need to line up something like I'm doing here, it gives you a little bit more wiggle room instead of the regular dry adhesive, where once it's down, then it's harder to line up. So that's why I like using liquid adhesive for stuff like this. So I've gone ahead and applied my white cardstock, and now I'm going to glue all of my U die cuts. I cut 3 of those out using some black cardstock, and I'm again using my Tombo Mono to do that, just putting little dots of adhesive to put these die cuts all together. I really do like this stacked up look. It makes it look like a you know, like a wood veneer type piece or whatever. It makes it a little bit more sturdy too. So if you haven't ever tried this technique with your die cuts or your word die cuts, I suggest it, because once you do it, you never really want to go back to just the one die cut. But anyway, so I've gone ahead and got all of those adhered together, and I'm just kind of placing that down to see where I want to adhere that onto my card. And I'm going to do the other part of my stamping using this Hello. This is a Someone Says stamp set as well. And let me get my stamp set here. It was right here on my desk, so I wanted to tell you what it was called, and I couldn't think of it. This is called, well, Hello You stamp set. And I'm stamping that hello sentiment in the VersaFine Onyx black ink. Again, it's my favorite black ink for sentiments. So I'm using that here, and I'm just going to line that up and stamp that down where I want it. And it gives us a really good, bold, crisp image whenever you stamp that down. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some more Tombo mono adhesive on the back of my die cut here. And I'm just going to place that down and get that lined up, and then press that into place. And then I'm going to work on my card base here, and it's just a white card base. It's PaperTrey Ink Stamper Select White Cardstock. And I'm just making that into an A2 size card. The last few cards that I've made 5x5 square cards. So it's been a few weeks, maybe close to a month, since I've made an actual A2 size card. So I am scoring this at 4 1/4. So it's going to be 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I'm going to get my, excuse me, I'm going to get my Teflon bone folder here to really get that a good crease. I really do like my bone folder for creasing down my thicker cardstock. The bone folders are a little bit pricey, actually a little bit more pricier than whenever I initially bought it. So it more or less is an investment. So, but I think they're worth it. So I've got that good crease down there, and I'm going to use my regular tape runner, my plus adhesive, to put my main panel onto my card base. And then once I've got that adhered, I'm going to take my Wink of Stella glitter marker or glitter pen here, and I'm going to apply that to my U die cut just to give it a little bit more something to, you know, make it stand out a little bit more. And so I'm applying all that, and that pretty much covers our card today. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. And please give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see y'all in my next video. Thanks for watching.